is when it really gets tense. Only 4 teams remain in the biggest club competition in the world, and we're not far away from kick-off in the first leg. Stay tuned, we'll have all the action for you live from the Bernabéu here on EA TV. Hello and welcome to one of the most recognisable venues in world football, the Estadio Santiago Bernabéu here in Madrid. I'm Derek Ray and I'm joined for expert analysis by Stuart Robson. And now things get really exciting.
Hello, welcome back to Armchair Armory. And even though there are a lot of fans that are saying that this game upcoming, the second leg, we go in 3-0 up against Real Madrid, is just about maintaining the lead. I agree with that to some extent, but I'm a little bit worried just because of all the nights for a miracle to happen, so to speak. It would be a night that involves Arsenal. And I'm just worried that the pressure might get to us. I know I said this before I said words to these effects prior to the first leg. But I don't know, there's something about that stadium that makes me think something crazy might happen. I don't know if they'll necessarily beat us 4-0 or anything like that, but I think they might. I don't know, I've just got this really horrible feeling that they're going to get back into the tie somehow. You know, if they get an early goal or something like that, or we give away a penalty early, or they get an early goal and then we give away a penalty or something like that, you know, it's going to be a nervy game. Obviously, the onus is on us at the moment. Like, we're 3-0 up, so it's sort of like it's up to us to fail, essentially, or to shoot ourselves in the foot with it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, I was away this weekend, still recovering from the wedding I went to, so if I'm a bit slow on the uptake, that's the reason why. But yeah, so we drew with Brentford. I haven't actually watched any of the goals or any of the highlights back yet, but it sounded like it was another one of those games where there was one eye on the Champions League game. I think, to be honest, it wasn't really a game I was that bothered about. That when we drew, I somebody at the wedding that was also an Arsenal fan was like, "Oh yeah, we drew," and I sort of went, "Oh well, the league's done anyway." You know, obviously you want to win the game. You want Arsenal to always win, but like when you're now 13 points behind, it doesn't really look like after Liverpool beat West Ham yesterday. I'm recording this on the Monday. You don't expect. It's very, very unlikely that we're going to make that deficit up. So it is what it is. All we've got left is the Champions League, and if we do manage to get through, it's like at the moment it's looking like it's Paris Saint-Germain again. But I think I said to someone I work with who's a Aston Villa fan that basically PSG have a habit of, you know, choking in these situations, and I wouldn't be surprised at Villa Park if something crazy happens there as well. Although of the two teams, I would rather play PSG than Villa. I know a lot of people like the idea of playing English teams in a Champions League tie, but again, it's one of those ones where it sort of reminds me of that year that we got Chelsea in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I think it was the quarterfinals. And, you know, Wayne Bridge scored that goal that Rory Jennings goes on about all the time, that he thinks makes Chelsea a bigger club than us. Yeah. And that's the vibe I get if we did get past Madrid, 100%, because I'd say we're about 70% of the way there. I think there's a 30% chance that we could mess this up. So if we do manage to get past Madrid on Wednesday and Villa go through, I'd be more nervous about that than I would be about Paris Saint-Germain. I think on the day, especially at home, I think we can beat Paris Saint-Germain. Although that I don't know how to pronounce his name, Kvaratskhelia or whatever his name is. Yeah, the Latvia, is he Latvian? Georgian, I think he is. He's Georgian. They signed him in January and he looks really good. and Ousmane Dembele seems to have found like mad form from somewhere recently. So it's going to be interesting, regardless. I'm not really going to sit here and say that, yeah, we're definitely through and all this stuff. Because as I said, I don't know. I've just got this horrible feeling that after all the high of last Tuesday of beating them at the Emirates and beating them comfortably at the Emirates and putting ourselves in a really good position to go through to the semi-finals, I don't know. I've just got this horrible feeling that they're going to play so much better. I just have this horrible feeling that it's just going to go in their favor for some reason. All we have to do is either I don't think, I know there's a lot of fans that are saying we just need to go there and maintain the lead, as I said at the beginning. But I actually think we need to start as we mean to go on, like similar to how we did in the home leg. I think we do need to go there and score a goal, because the more goals we score, the more they have to score to get back in the tie. So it makes it harder and harder for them. I always think, I mean, now the away goals rule is gone. I think that's all you have to do now. Goals are what get you through, essentially. I think in a Champions League away game, we shouldn't go there to just defend a 3-0 lead from the first leg. I think we should be going to try and win the game as well. 100%. Because, yeah, I think if we do go there and try to be hyper defensive, I don't think it's going to go well for us. Like we did against City at the start of the season, the 2-2, where John Stones equalised in the last minute, like 11 men or 10 men behind the ball. I just don't think we can do that. The other thing that's a little bit of a worry is obviously Partey went off injured in the Brentford game over the weekend, so don't know whether he's going to be fit for Wednesday. I don't doubt that Jorginho will come in and do a good job, but yeah, like obviously Partey was one of the best players on the pitch for us on Tuesday in that first leg. So to lose him at this late stage, after we've already lost Gabriel and all that sort of stuff, is going to be tough to readjust to, so to speak. Good news on the other hand, I haven't read too much into it, but I saw a headline saying that Kai Havertz could be back before the end of the season, which is pretty crazy because they were saying that he was out indefinitely for the rest of the season. So yeah, that's pretty good. I don't think he'll be back before the last set of fixtures. But yeah, no, it's in a way like it's disappointing how this season has gone. There has been a couple of highlights here and there. I'll go into more detail if I do a review at the end of the season. But yeah, the league has been disappointing. And I think there's been contributing factors. I think the recruitment was bad over the summer and in January, especially. I think we've had injuries, which obviously contributes. And this is probably like the worst hit we've been with injuries since Arteta has been the manager. Because it just felt like they were falling like dominoes at one point. And there is part of you that thinks, what if those players were fit, the way it's looking at the moment in terms of the league, it's looking like Liverpool are going to do what Man United did in the 99-2000 season when they were like 18 points in front of us. Because at the moment, like we seem to be drawing a lot of games rather than winning. I suppose that there might be a possibility, we've got Ipswich next in the league. If we do manage to get past this game unscathed and we don't get knocked out, there might be an uptake in performances leading up to the semi-final if we get through, of course. Because you notice how I'm not saying that we're through. It's the same thing. I mean, it's even more of a possibility that we could get knocked out against Madrid than it was against PSV. And even in PSV, when we were 7-1 up, I was still saying, anything could happen. It's the Champions League. Anything could happen. But a turnaround is more likely with Real Madrid at the Bernabéu than it is with PSV at the Emirates, which was the second leg this time. And they did get a draw against us in that game, actually, in that return game at the Emirates. So who knows? But yeah, hopefully we get the job done. Hopefully we manage to get through to the semi-final. It's one step more than I predicted we do in the Champions League. and yeah, and an upgrade from last, and a bit of progress from last season's Champions League. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm incredibly nervous. I think as I get closer and closer to the game, I'll be incredibly nervous. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Not got much more to say, to be honest. I will be back again after the game on Wednesday. So until then, like and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of this simulation, and until then, take care and stay safe.
Second half underway, and Arsenal looking to build upon a largely positive first half performance. Well, very effective play in possession, and credit is due for that good piece of defending. Mikel Merino. And promising stuff from Arsenal. Just the challenge that was required. Dani Ceballos. Now maybe room here for the counter-attack. Can he convert? And the keeper's hand does the trick. Rodrigo and Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. Arsenal doing well to regain possession. Ødegaard. And here's Rice. And what a magical save it was! Substitution for Real Madrid. Who can they pick out? That's the clearance that was called for. And that's an important intervention. And a throw-in for Arsenal. Mikel Merino. Now with Jorginho. It's with Mikel Merino. He fancies it. And a strong glove on the ball from the keeper. Rodrigo. Valverde. And will it be the leveller? Mbappe! What a save! Well, after pressing like that, maybe the short route to goal. And he's tipped it out, fully stretched, somehow reaching it.
Well, we can sense it, and so can the Real fans. A goal is coming. They're playing really well now.
He made the catch under pressure. Oh, he's left his marker for dead. Well, danger averted thanks to his teammates. Well, trying to probe, but not succeeding. Modric.
Queridos aficionados, informados de que el club
Vinicius Junior. Oh, great attacking play. Delivery. Well, that's the run of the mill as saves go. Arsenal couldn't keep the ball. Well, doesn't have to do it on his own. They're getting right on top of their opponents and winning it back. A chance perhaps. Well, he really wanted able to make it a double, and would have done had it not been for the keeper.
Well, he's been really good today. A constant threat to this defence.
Well, they've been getting the substitute ready, and now they will make the personnel change. And taken short. Mbappe in the centre. Well, it wasn't a great header, in all fairness, and a goal kick it is. Being pressed here. Declan Rice. Martinelli. Well, they have it again. Real Madrid attacking, and they have to give it a go with time not on their side. And in with a real chance. Well, they're still trailing, and time is against them.
Well, it was a big chance and a big miss. That should have been the equaliser. Not long left now.
Jorginho. Arsenal's free kick here. An alert intervention. Well, we've entered the final 5 minutes. Saka.
Well, that really would have been it. They're still in it here, but they're going to have to be quick.
They decided that now is the time to go to the bench. Oh, that's a super piece of defending. Now counter-attacking possibilities. Oh, big chance! And in range. Late drama here. Level once more. Incredible scenes.
Well, here it is again, and I have to say, the defending is so poor. They make so many bad decisions there. No wonder the keeper's exposed.
Well, another equaliser. What a topsy-turvy game this has been. Saka. It's with Ødegaard. And forward go Arsenal. Do they have a late win? And there goes the final whistle. Well, we had goals, we had entertainment, but Stuart, it's all now a matter of what happens in the return leg of this semi-final.
Yeah, it's been a really good contest. We saw some great attacking play, plenty of chances and some goals as well. Hopefully we get a similar game in the second leg. It's set up perfectly, isn't it?
Well, choose your descriptive word where Kylian Mbappe is concerned. Explosive is one adjective you could use, Stuart.
Well, he did everything right today, didn't he? He was outstanding in front of goal, but it still wasn't enough to get the victory. Some of their defending was really poor.